Hey, I'm Carnation. It's nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. So on my Instagram, I asked you guys to send me questions that you wanted me to answer in this video. Some of them were sent through DMs, some of them were comments. I have them all kind of jumbled up in a list over here so that I can answer them for you guys. First things first, how do you deal with hate? So this might maybe sound like a coward, but realistically, it's not that I don't see it, it's not that I don't think about it, it's not that I'm not like working forward with it, but a lot of the times the best thing to do with hate is talk to the person directly that's starting it, and like privately, and then block everything else, like get everything completely off, wipe it. Because essentially the more that you leave out, the more that it's going to continue. Like if you try and respond to hate, if you try and justify it, then it's going to increase tenfold. It's going to get worse and worse and worse if you continue allowing it to happen. And not like you can control other people's actions, but like if you encourage it, then it's going to keep going. So the best thing that's ever worked for me is just kind of like snuffing it as fast as I can, talking to the person who the actual discrepancy is with, and then moving on from there, essentially. That's what's been the best move for me. Next question. I wonder who gave me this question. It says, why are you such an egg? I'd like to hear the tale of how you became part of the Egg Alliance. You know what? Listen here, Nick. So, one time Nick was live streaming and I was giving him some crap about it because I just mess with my friends when they live stream. You know. He said something about like, hey, we should go mess with Maggie, and I was like, we should go mess with Maggie. You're right. We should always go mess with Maggie. And he was like, why don't we just like bring eggs or something? Like it just like became this joke that we just kept making it weirder. Because originally we were just gonna show up unannounced, which isn't that funny, like that's just us being friends with her, but at some point he was like, we should bring eggs. I was like, yeah, all right. And so me and him the next day, we met at Kroger and we got a bunch of eggs, and while we were on our way out we were like, we need to find something else weirder, and so we look over and there's ice cream cones like the cake cone ones, and so we grabbed those and I bought the eggs, he bought the ice cream cones, and we drove over to Maggie's house. So I knew that he wanted to put an egg in an ice cream cone, and so I reached in and grabbed an egg, and as I was standing out, I was holding this egg above me, just going, egg. He got it, and they fit perfectly into the cones, and then we walked into Maggie's house. So we've done it again with whenever Maggie was working on her Yoko costume, we made her Yolkos. It was eggs, and we painted them to look like Yoko. Do you like any weird food combinations? Katie. What are you doing?
What? What are you doing? Why?
Yeah, I like peanut buttered relish. I'm sorry. Why does the smell of vanilla make you sick? So I've actually talked to Maggie about this one because I saw this comment come in. Me and her are gonna do like a duo story time about this, but essentially I was 16 and I drank 2 bottles of vodka. What's your favorite YouTube drama that happened in the past 3 years? I'm right now loving the TanaCon stuff, but also anything to do with Jake Paul. Specifically Jake Paul. What advice would you have for baby cosplayers just starting out? In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it! That was a real old meme. Because it's just kind of like, man, we're all losers. Like, it's just a bunch of kids dressing up in costumes of characters that they like. Like, we literally like characters so much that we're like, let's go and dress ourselves in their clothes and show up in a lot of other people doing that and hang out, pick something that you absolutely love, because if you don't love it, like wholeheartedly want to do it because you love that character, You're not gonna do it. What's your favorite podcast? The Official Podcast is my favorite podcast. It's up there with the Jen and Julian and H3H3 podcast. I like YouTuber podcasts, but also like one of my other favorite is Stuff You Should Know. Favorite candle scent? Oh boy, I have it lit right now. Hi, this is my flannel candle. So they only sell these in fall, so I buy them in bulk. What got you into cosplay? So, I have to tell this story a lot, so I'm hoping that maybe me saying it here will help that. I have wanted to do cosplay since I was like 13, probably younger, probably 12. And my friends and I were all into anime and we were little weebs. And I was in freshman year and I started doing debate, and one of my good friends that I started talking to there was Maggie. Maggie was there, we started talking. Me and Maggie actually have known each other for literally our entire lives. We did tennis together when we were like 7 or something like that. This is where we actually like started talking more. And at some point during like our first like few months of being friends, she said something about how she did cosplay. And I immediately was just like, I want to do that with you, but my socially awkward ass said like, that's cool, and then moved on. And then after that, like, I didn't want to invite myself to do something with her because we had just kind of started becoming friends and I felt really awkward about it. I didn't want to just barge in on this thing that she likes doing, and so I just didn't do cosplay. And then at some point, I was like, I think I was a junior in high school. It was 2 years. And Maggie turned to me and she's like, you should do cosplay. I feel like you'd really like it. And I was like, you know, I think I would. But yeah, that's how I got into cosplay. I just started making costumes after that point. Best gift you've ever received? Any food anyone's ever given me. Who is best girl? So, best animated girls, I'm tying them with Brigitte and Zero Two. My favorite cosplay girl is Kajuka. I'm gonna put her here. I love her. Love her like I do. Will you ever cosplay Crash Bandicoot? No. Paper or plastic? I mean, they're gonna do it absolutely paper. Whenever I'm like self-checkouting, I guess plastic, because I don't really have a lot of options. Why are you so gay? Why are you so gay, Maggie? Are you going to San Diego Comic-Con? No. Ooh, my response to this question is going to be very diplomatic. I'm not like trying to hide my feelings about it. It's legitimately just that I don't want to get pulled into this drama in any way. So the question is, what do you think of the Momo-kun sexual assault situation? So I am a victim of sexual assault. I've been sexually assaulted, and I'm not I'm not in any way at any point in this going to say that Momo-kun was okay in what she did, that she was justified. She wasn't. She messed up. She messed up really bad. And the only thing that I'm going to say as something that's like not even a defense to her, because she shouldn't have done this to people that she didn't know are okay with it, that didn't have consent from her. In the cosplay community, it's like people just touch each other a lot. Like other cosplayers, we all kind of touch each other a lot. And it's not like we're like, I'm not touching a stranger. I'm not like, oh my god, look at this girl that I know, I'm gonna touch her tits, whatever. That's not the way that it goes. It's legitimately like with close friends, people are very touchy, especially at cons. That's just a thing. And people are generally incredibly touchy. If I ever touch anyone, I'm just kind of like, hi, can I touch you? And if they say yes, then I will touch them. I think that what really happened, that she's trying to say like, I have ADHD. I think it's legitimately that she was around people at cons for a very long time. She was very sheltered and in her bubble of con people. And she had been around the same type of people at cons for a very long time. And they all were okay with her acting like that for a very long time. And so she just got into the mindset of thinking it was okay and didn't even think about it. Like, didn't think about it once. And I'm not saying that she is in any way justified as well. I want to reiterate. She was wrong. She was wrong to do that to someone that she wasn't comfortable with, that didn't have consent with her, that they weren't like close and knew what the boundaries were, she was incredibly wrong to do that. How old are you? I'm 20. I'm 20 and a half. 8 and below, and then only the year 20 are the years where you're allowed to say halves and quarters of the year. Because like back then it's like, I'm a kid and I'm 8 and a half, because it's just like, you're cute and you're a child. But like 20 is out of desperation. How long have you and Maggie been friends? I kind of said this before. We've literally known each other our entire lives, and okay, so this question actually, when it was sent to me, it was very weirdly worded, and I don't know what they actually meant. But I'm gonna take it as, are you a cat or a dog person? And I also think that's a weird question either way. Like, I know a bunch of people ask that. I'm not saying that like the question inherently is weird. I'm just saying like, why do you have to choose between cats and dogs? They're dope. Animals are just dope. Also, I would say I'm a rabbit and exotic reptile person. I want a Mexican black king snake more than anything in my life, and I want to get a big monitor lizard, and I want to take him on walks. I want them. And then I have my bunny babies, and they're my sweet children, and I have like 3 dogs in my life. At this house right now, there are 5 cats. Like, I don't know. I just like animals. I just like them. Why did you cut your hair? I've wanted to cut my hair, like shave it all off, since I was very young. I wanted to do that for a really long time, and it was always just not the right time for it. And I started thinking about it, and I realized now's the right time for it. It's like, it was a bucket list thing, and it was like, it was just kind of the right time and the right place for something that I've wanted for a really long time. My last question comes to me from someone I know. His name is Adam, and Adam, I want to let you know, you're my least favorite. If you could be any vegetable, what would you be, and how would you fight back against the vegans? Oh yeah, Adam? I'd be broccoli, is the answer. I'd be broccoli. Because I love broccoli. Broccoli's everything I'm alive for. Yeah, thank you so much for sending in your questions. Thanks so much for sitting and watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.